play together anymore, or
No.
do you play much? Or
Yeah, we do. We put out a Curve about a year ago, and I think we did about 110 shows. So we toured it, and I think I think the way the business has evolved for us, it's not business anymore. So we just are able to kind of have this creative flow always happening. So we're always writing. Steve, our guitar players in LA, so we're always working together, and it's just this constant now, which I really like. Because I always felt really constrained by the old model, that paradigm of like you go into the studio for 3 or 4 months, come out, go on tour for 18 months, and then you're back in the studio. And it's like 10 songs representing 2 years of your life, which is ridiculous.
and you're saying now technologically there's a lot more flow going back and forth. Digitally, you can send stuff to and work on stuff.
That, and I feel like we're not constrained by like that old model of you can only put out 10 songs every 2 years, which I really enjoy.
What's it like in the past 10 years? You produce a record and an album, and you realize money off it. 10 years ago to now, like, how do you attack it differently now? How do you reap the benefits now?
I mean, I think we're fortunate. We're one of those the last bands of that generation where you could sell a lot of records and you had record company support. So it was so easy to kind of slag off your label if you signed a major label, like the bad guy. No, but I mean, saying they're the big brother always kind of
and
controlling.
success or failure depends on how well they support it,
Exactly.
and the A&R guy going in and working the record.
Yeah, and look, I had some pretty heavy kind of conflict within our presidents and the different people in the label, but ultimately I have nothing bad to say about them because they did support us. They gave us this platform, and like I said, we're one of the last bands that had that, and now with the way music is delivered or the people get their music these days, record sales aren't a viable thing anymore.
I like the fact that you're an artist and you recognize that, and you're not a 22-year-old kid. Because all the 22-year-old kids get that. The Ed Sheerans and the way that things go viral. But radio has no place, and we've talked about this, Freddie, that my kids who are 15 and 18, they don't get music from the radio anymore.
Right.
What they get from the radio is, I know that song. Someone else shared it with me.
Right.
So it's kind of unique that you're your age and you get that.
Well, my question would be, so it's not as lucrative, or is lucrative in a different way?
Yeah, I think you just have to look at it differently. Kind of what you're saying, in the sense of radio plays up. CBC Radio was talking about, it's amazing. People have so many options these days, and I think that's a great thing because really, you're not beholden to waiting for a commercial or waiting for whatever to listen to a song. It's kind of instantaneous, and YouTube's really become the best place to find music.
Well, so what? And sort of actually piggybacking Fred's question, then, what is success? Like when you put out, Superman, success would have been a certain number of records. So now on your new record,
you know what? Look, I never bought into that. My version of success was always kind of creating this body of work, and that was going to take time. And so the fact that it's been 19 years and all of these still together, and our last record felt so vibrant and relevant to us that's a success in itself. And